Today we're in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're in a record store called Grimey's. It's one of my favorite stops on a tour, and one of the best reasons to be on tour besides performing is you get to go to a lot of record stores. And so we're going to look around the record store and see if I can find some records that have some songs that are politically motivational, or at least get your eyes open.
This is Capitalism 2012.
This is a Black Flag compilation CD of all the early singles. And this, in my opinion, is kind of all the Black Flag you really need. And there's a song right here called Revenge. And the enemy who's being revenged upon is non-specific. It's basically, you try to screw us, and now we're coming back for you. So this record is politically charged, but the one being accused is not necessarily specific. So you can assign the anger in the lyrics to kind of anything that bums you out. So this is one of the best get you up and get you out the door records that has ever been made. It's like 24 minutes of just solid aggro. Perfect. Oh, look, Bikini Kill. Maybe my favorite Bikini Kill record. It's called Reject All American. This is a great band from the Pacific Northwest, all girls, and we're basically under that umbrella that was called Riot Girl Music. There's not one bad Bikini Kill song. There's not one bad Bikini Kill album or single. These gals were angry, not irrational angry, but righteously angry. Angry at misogyny, angry at being objectified, angry at sexism, and they made a hell of a racket. And it's excellent music. This is one of my favorite records in the entire world. This is the first Clash album. It's one of the most influential records for me. And it had songs about going to work. It had songs about workers' frustrations, anti-authoritarian songs, London's Burning, White Riot, Janie Jones, Remote Control. And this is the record that taught me that I need to question authority, which is a very Jeffersonian ideal. Like, if you're going to elect me, keep your jaundiced eye on me at all times, because power absolutely corrupts. And this was the album that gave me a lot of wind under my wings in high school. It taught me that I could talk back and stand up. This is a Jimi Hendrix album. At one point in Jimmy's career, he had a band called the Band of Gypsies. And they very famously did a New Year's Eve show at the Fillmore East, which was recorded, and it came out. And this is it. And on the record, there's a song called Machine Gun. Perhaps one of the greatest, maybe my favorite political song of all time. And he dedicates it to all the soldiers fighting. He's like, you know, he said all the soldiers fighting, like on the streets of Chicago and here and there in different parts of America. And then he goes, oh yeah, and the ones fighting in Vietnam, like it's an afterthought. And it's a very charged thing he said, and Machine Gun speaks as loudly now as it did when Jimmy made it. Oh, let's go find a Public Enemy record. What we have here is a great Public Enemy 12-inch. Public Enemy is a band that needs little or no introduction. It's headed up by Chuck D, who's one of the greatest voices in contemporary America as far as I'm concerned. A lot of his stuff is, you know, very, very politically motivated, almost entirely. Chuck and Public Enemy is perhaps one of the greatest vehicles getting a white audience to understand the Black American experience. For me, it is political in a certain way, because when you lose the music, you lose your culture. When you lose the culture, the cruelty, the brutality, the ignorance, and the darkness creeps in. One of your bulwarks, last lines of defense against fascism, and just a completely awful day, is the record store.